So I have a lot of patients that have C-sections or laparoscopic surgeries, abdominal surgeries that can possibly affect them later on down the road. Sometimes I see them before they have surgery and then after, and other times they come in after the surgery, so I haven't seen them prior to it. There is always an importance between an abdominal surgery and doing some scar mobilization afterwards, because you want your core to function well afterwards. And even if it's laparoscopic and those scars look very small, it doesn't mean we haven't disrupted our core system. They still cut into layers of your abdominal wall, those important core muscles, but they've also, in laparoscopic surgery, inflated you a great deal, possibly irritated your diaphragm. It gets popped up, and then we have to remember that the diaphragm is also involved in how our core functions. It's the lid to it. So our pelvic floor is the bottom, the diaphragm is the top, then we have all the musculature that wraps around: external obliques, internal obliques, transverse abdominis, rectus abdominis, and then some back musculature as well. But those core, 3 of those core muscles do wrap around into the back. So what we've done to the front of it with those tiny little laparoscopic scars can also affect our low back as well. And it's not something you might see right away, but it will affect you later on down the road. Now, initially, we don't want to touch our scars, whether it be that they're still healing or they're very sore or those kind of things. So it is still important to mobilize the fascia even before you even want to touch the scar. So some simple ways to do that is to mobilize the tissue around the area. With laparoscopic surgery, typically we have, a variety of scars in the abdomen and often in the belly button area. So if your scars are at this line where my shorts meet my tank top, then we're going to take the tissue above that scar. So not on the scar, but above it. And we're going to gently pull up. So we're gently mobilizing by moving the healthy tissue that's not affected around the scars. So we're gently mobilizing by mobilizing what's around. And the same idea for this stuff below. So I come below that line and I'm moving the fascia down. And you can try side to side as well. So you're moving in different directions below the scar. So we work above the scar, gently motioning. We work below the scar. We work to the side of the scar, going in all the different directions. And then you can add in some easy movement. So if you have a scar at this pink line, we're going to just laterally bend. You'll feel this side of the scar stretch slightly. Go to your tolerance. You can change the angle so that you're opening it up a little bit more. Same idea. So go to one direction, open up, change angles. Just kind of feel where you're going to feel that stretching and pulling at that line. And then we'll have you slowly work into adding the breathing into that, because that's going to help mobilize the other structures within in a different way. So kind of like a stretch from the inside out. But really early on, moving the tissue above and below in a variety of directions, and then doing some very easy bend, lateral bend, arching backwards, feeling that space open up a little bit is a really great way to introduce some movement into those tissues as they're healing, so that we don't run into all the scar tissue problems that might affect your abs later on. Let me know if you have any questions.